Recently, I bought 5 more standing desks for under $300 on Amazon, one for $90, another for $110, 2 different 4-leg options for around $200 each, and even an entire L-shaped desk for just under $300. Now, I have no idea how these brands do it for so cheap, but let's find out if they actually stand up to their high ratings. The first desk in the list, the Claix, is one of the least expensive options I've had an opportunity to bring in for testing. When I purchased this, it was $109.99, but a recent price check shows that it's now just under $120. Now, to get this price, you do need to configure it with a 24 by 48 inch wide in the rustic brown surface with a black base. Other options do appear to be more expensive. Currently, the Claix model has over 1,200 reviews with a 4.6 out of 5-star rating, and more than 5,000 have been sold in the last 30 days on Amazon, which is unreal, to be honest. It took me about an hour to put the Claix together. It features a single motor system with a max weight capacity of 176 pounds. Now, I tested this capacity by sitting on the desk, as I'm about 175 pounds. It was able to lift the weight without issue. When testing no weight on the surface versus the max capacity, there was a small drop in speed from about 0.78 inches per second down to 0.71. Claix includes a few features as their base options. The first, a digital switch with a 3-button preset option for sitting and standing heights. Now, to save the height, simply long press one of these 3 options. The one-touch height adjustment is also standard, which is a nice option to have. The 2-board desk surface is what I've almost always found on these cheaper standing desks. Now, I found that it allows them to use a smaller box for shipping, which helps to cut down on the costs. This does create some flexing in the middle of the surface though, even with the spanner brackets included. They've also included 2 hangers that are used for hanging items under the desk, and these are actually also being used to kind of tie those 2 pieces together. The range on the Claix is 28.3 inches up to 46.5, which will limit how short and tall users fit this standing desk. Shorter users will likely require the use of a footrest to sit comfortably. The desk also includes some level of collision avoidance, but it's not very sensitive, and I definitely wouldn't count on it to stop when hitting soft objects. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a warranty on this product, so my assumption is you're probably not getting one. But for $119, I don't really think you should probably expect one either. If you want to see our top standing desk picks at all price points, check out our standing desk cheat sheet linked in the description. The Smug standing desk is an even less expensive alternative to the Claix, and it's a really close match. To be honest, these do appear to be coming from the same manufacturer, but have different names and slightly different stats. Now, when I purchased it, the sale price was $89.83. I have no idea how. The Smug has just under 2,000 ratings, but for some reason the score is only 4.3 out of 5 versus that 4.6 on the Claix. Now, these products should have an almost identical experience, resulting in the same score, especially considering service isn't really a thing at this price point. Now, there was a small difference in the height range, with the lowest point on the Smug starting at 28.7 and its max height going all the way up to 48 inches. Smug also features 2 small grommet holes to pass wires through with an additional hook system on either side of the desk. But this hook system is a little different than Claix, as it isn't used to help to hold the 2 surfaces together, but it does feel like these hooks are a bit more solid. Now, I think that Smug also did a better job staying consistent with their adjustment speed at max capacity. Actually, it maintained the same speed with and without the additional weight on the surface. Now, I didn't go down the rabbit hole on this particular subject with the ohm meter, but my best guess here is that there's a drop in power somewhere with the Claix, or it was just a fluke, or again, it's just a cheap standing desk. Looking closer at the reviews, 80% of Smug's reviews were 4 and 5 star, with users complaining about the 2-piece top and pre-drilled holes not aligning. Now, I didn't have the same issues with the alignment of the holes, but I definitely share that same sentiment about split surfaces. Similar to Claix though, the Smug desk included collision avoidance, but it was just as bad at sensing soft collisions. When I originally purchased the Ergomore, the price was $229.99, and as of today, that still was true. Now, somehow we're at the point on Amazon where a 4-leg standing desk can be purchased under $300, which is crazy to me. The Ergomore only has 23 reviews though, but it does have a score of 4.4 out of 5. Because of the 4-leg design, it features dual motors versus the single motors on the 2-leg frames that we just covered. Even so, the max capacity per Ergomore is only 180 pounds versus the 176 on the 2-leg configurations. Now, testing the capacity, I found it was actually able to move at about an inch per second without weight and drop to about 0.9 inches close to max capacity. So the trade-off here with the 2 versus 1 motor system was just an increase in speed over the Claix and Smug. The size desk that I tested was a 24 by 54 inch with a split surface design, but now the split was actually down the middle of the surface where you would likely put your keyboard. So probably not as intrusive as that split we see running down the middle of the length of the desk on the 2 desks prior. I also found this design paired with the frame to be more rigid than those lesser expensive Clakes and Smug models. The range on the Ergomore was about 27.76 inches up to about 44.5 inches. Now this isn't a great range for a wide range of users, and again, short users will likely need to pair this with a footrest. Now, typically, 4-leg standing desks do tend to be more stable, especially when we look at front-to-back stability. But depending on how the frame was built, the left to right might still be bad. Now, Ergomore talks about stability everywhere in their marketing copy, but it wasn't great with lateral stability. Front-to-back was actually really good through max height. This desk, though, is crazy loud. Sounds of grinding from gears, the hex rods moving, and motors are just a bit over the top. This was also resulting in a ton of vibration through the surface as it moved up and down. When it comes to inexpensive standing desks, FlexiSpot is either selling them direct or their sister company, Logitech, is manufacturing them for other companies like Monoprice or Vivo. Now, because of this, I would typically say that FlexiSpot is the leader in the entry level of standing desks. When I bought their Sano desk model, it was $330 with a $90 coupon that dropped it down to about $220. Now, this coupon does appear to still be active today, and FlexiSpot has done it again, being the least expensive option for an entry-level 4-leg standing desk. Currently, this model has 283 ratings with a score of 4.3 out of 5. The dual motor system is designed to support up to 176 pounds, and the range of motion is 28.3 inches up to 46 inches tall. The warranty information on Amazon is confusing, but FlexiSpot mentions covering warranties for all items sold through Amazon on their site. This product comes with a really good warranty for the price, with 5 years coverage on the motors, gears, and electronics, and 2 years on their surface. FlexiSpot did something different when creating a frame. They actually included a wedge system that I haven't seen before on these lesser expensive options, and to be honest, it definitely helped with their left to right wobble. Ergomore needs this, and it would definitely solve their stability issue they have left to right. But unfortunately, the FlexiSpot still had twisting and front to back issues that really stemmed from their foot design and the column fit. Somehow though, this desk was even louder than the Ergomore. I mean, it is really loud. Not only that, it moves incredibly slow at only 0.35 inches per second. Now, I know some of you are going to say, who cares? But I have reviewed over 100 standing desks, and this is the slowest I've ever tested in 7 years. If you're looking for a lot of workspace on a small budget, the Marseille could definitely fit the bill. This model was $270 when I first purchased it. An L-shaped desk though for under $300, I can't believe we're even here. The Marseille currently has about 105 ratings with an average of 4.6 out of 5. To be honest, I'm sure that this number is likely to grow significantly after this video is published. Foreshadowing engaged if you didn't catch that. According to the Marseille brand, this model has been cycle tested 50,000 times and is still going. This makes me laugh a little bit because that desk must be in real bad shape at this point. Now, the range of motion on the Marseille is 27.9 inches at its lowest point up to 46.8 inches at its highest point. The dual motor system on this model somehow lifts a max of 330 pounds, and we tested it and it definitely worked. But I wouldn't ever load this desk to 330 pounds considering the 3-piece top design. Something unique that I liked about this model, while other brands were offering cheap hooks and different accessories, the Marseille includes something that's very useful, a surface power option that includes 2 outlets and 2 USB-A ports. Everyone can take advantage of this. Speed-wise, the Marseille was consistent at about 0.78 inches per second with weights up to 180 pounds. It did start to drop off beyond that point. Now, they also feature a 5-year warranty on this desk, which is actually mentioned in the copy on Amazon. I'm not necessarily sure how good they are at providing the warranty, but if it's in print, I think that's a nice thing. To be honest, this desk feels like the best option in the list. Just out of the box, it's really good size, and if you were to upgrade to a higher quality surface, I think this could be really good for a lot of people. Of course, you could alternatively buy 3 Clakes or Smug desks for the same price, so picking will likely come down to your budget.